Hey boys, so a bit of a different one today. So basically, I have a story that I have to share with all of you, and it's completely real, by the way. And basically, it's just something that happened to me today, and I thought it was really funny. And I thought to myself, you know what? What if I just make a really chill video? You know, not a whole lot of editing. I just yap about my problems that nobody cares about. So I really hope you guys enjoy whatever this is. Sit back and relax. Alrighty, so at the time of recording this video, it is Mother's Day, and I'm recording this at nighttime, by the way, for whatever reason. So anyways, what was happening was, it was Mother's Day, and me and my dad and my brother decided to get my mom gift cards. You know, just a traditional gift. And so what we decided to do was we put the gift cards inside of the, letters, the Mother's Day cards to let her know that we love you. And we put P.S. Let's use these gift cards to, have a fun day together. And so we decided I got her a Barnes & Noble gift card because she really likes Barnes & Noble and going to the mall that was attached to that Barnes & Noble. So, but the other thing was, her and her friend wanted to go to the water park. So, I decided, you know what, I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to decide to go to that too, because they wanted to see me as well. So I decided to go. And, Arizona isn't exactly the coldest place on the planet. So going to the water park was a pretty good idea. So, we decided to go. But the only problem was, by the end of it, we were pretty tired. So, when we went to the Barnes & Noble, because my mom was taking the day off work, and, she had to work the next day, so we really wanted to go just that day. So, we went. We were all pretty tired, but we still went. And she told me, you know what, I'm going to be in Barnes & Noble. You can get your Poke Bowl, because, you see, I really wanted to get a Poke Bowl. It's essentially, a Poke Bowl is essentially a sushi, but it's in a bowl. So, I went to go get it, and the line was pretty long. There was only one employee there at the time. And this was a really, really bad time to do that because of a certain individual I am on a streak of 4 right now, and I'm going to tell you why. So, I was waiting in line for a while, longer than I would care to admit, maybe like 10 minutes or so. Not the employee's fault, by the way, nice person. And so, I was waiting in line, and when I was eventually rung up, I, got my order, all that stuff. That off the trooper just got bin bagged, and I inserted my credit card inside of the cash register, and so, but it didn't work for whatever reason. It didn't work. It told me that it was loading, but it just didn't work. So we were just kind of confused because there was no reason why it was just not working. So she tried, the old trick, turning it off, turning it back off again, but, it just didn't work. So she called somebody. I don't know who this person was, but she called somebody. Presumably it was her manager, but I have no idea who this person was. And so she was talking to them, they were giving directions on what to do, and this continued for a few minutes, but then this absolutely vile, disgusting, inconsiderate wretch walked up, and she said, in the most nonchalant way possible, "I just want a Diet Dr. Pepper." And she completely cut in line, and it wasn't like she was waiting in line and eventually decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna walk up. No, she appeared out of absolutely nowhere, and it just completely disregarding everybody in line as well as myself. And keep in mind, she walked up on us, like, with zero context. For what it's worth, for what she knew, she was just completely interrupting a conversation between a customer and an employee who's just trying to pay for their food just because she wanted a stupid beverage. So it was just so dumb. And the lady said, "Just give me one moment," and she went to the fridge in the back and she got a Diet Dr. Pepper. And honestly, I don't know why she did this. She could have just said, "Wait your freaking turn and let me deal with this situation." But, you know, she was really nice and she got out the Dr. Pepper and put it in front of her, but she didn't, you know, she didn't take money from the customer because, you know, she was trying to deal with the screen. So, a couple more minutes went by, you know, she was waiting relatively patiently. She wasn't, like, complaining or saying anything. But, at the same time, a few minutes later, she just walks away, just out of complete nowhere. Not even announcing, "You know what, I'm just gonna walk away." Just walks away without saying another word. And here's you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. The worst part was, she didn't even go to another part of the food court. She went into a candy store and started looking at the plushies in there. Because like, I don't know, it's a really weird candy store that has plushies. So, it's just so weird. And I eventually, you know, I got my food, and all was well. But I will forever remember this day as the day I met one of the dumbest customers I have ever met while I was getting food. It was it was almost surreal just how bafflingly goofy this situation was. And that's the end of the story, by the way. So I don't really have an outro planned. I mean, I'm almost at the end of this match, but I don't really just want to cut this off, so I'm just gonna yap until it's over. So I really hope that you enjoyed whatever this was that I decided to record. Yeah, I decided to let out my inner Jaden animations and just yap. By the way, I love Jaden animations. And so, if you like this, if you like it when I just yap about my problems that nobody cares about or just anything in life, like, "Oh, I had this really good shrimp Alfredo and I loved it," you know. So if you want me to talk about that instead of just flipping about how about, you know, yeah. So if you would prefer me yapping about my life instead of flipping about how OP, I don't know, Necros is, just let me know. Like, not a whole lot of people watch this channel. I mean, like, on average, like, 10 people watch this channel. I mean, I have 33 subscribers, so I'm not that popular, so, you know, I'm still trying to find my footing and all that stuff, so, if I'm trying to be experimental and everything, so, if you're enjoying this, just let me know if you have any tips, because, like, I just learned how to edit music and stuff, so... I don't really have anything else to say. My jaw is starting to hurting because I had to re-record this because my microphone was accidentally off, so that's funny. So anyways, that's the end. Bye. Bye.